Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love, and this week I'd like to ask you a question. Do jerks really exist? Now, I'm sure you're saying, hell, yes, they exist. Yes, my last boyfriend was a jerk. This guy I dated in the past was a jerk. So-and-so was a jerk. Yes, they absolutely exist. But I want you to ask yourself this. Are they really jerks, or are they just not that interested? Is it just low interest level? Because I think probably people that are jerks, meaning that they're always a jerk to everybody, is a very small percentage. Maybe 5%, maybe 10%, I don't know. It seems kind of high. But guys who are always jerks, I say, are less than 5%. The rest, they're just not that into you. But of course, no one wants to hear that. They're like, no, he was nice at first, and then he did this and he did that. It's like, yeah, because he wasn't that interested anymore. And I got an email from a woman that I'm going to read, and this is what made me want to talk about this topic this week, because she said that, as with most women, she's started dating guys, and then they turn into jerks, and it's like, well, were they jerks already, or did they turn into jerks? I just think they really weren't that interested. So she goes, I need some advice. My last two relationships ended similarly with very different guys. I know I need to take some of the blame. Yes, absolutely. When you date a jerk and then a nice guy and they both end up being jerks. How do you see the signs? Okay, so she goes, my first relationship lasted a little over a year. We met each other in our building, making friends, then friends with benefits. But I could always tell he wasn't really that into me. Well, hello. There you go. There's your answer. He wasn't that into you, okay? He would talk about other girls, mention how pretty they were, not return calls or affection. And he was with me when he was bored. And that was it. Okay, so he's not a jerk. It's not like I'm on the side of guys or on the side of girls. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm in the middle. I'm here to show you the truth. And so he wasn't a jerk. He just wasn't that interested. Okay, the next guy, she goes, he was the nice guy. He was attentive, completely into me, romantic, charming, a lot of chemistry. We were very happy. One morning we were talking about perhaps what the status of our relationship was, and I said I really liked him. He said he knew and then got a little distant. Uh-oh. We walked to the subway, I kissed him on the cheek, and that's the last time I saw him. A week later, he said he was getting freaked out by us. So what that tells me is that he liked her, but not that much that, he was willing to change the status of the relationship or even talk about it. When you said we were talking about the status of our relationship, well, gee, I wonder who initiated that talk. I have a feeling it wasn't him. And so he was happy to go with the status quo because, again, he wasn't that interested for whatever reason. And then when, you pushed, then it's like, okay, this is going to go to a place I don't want it to go. So he backed off. So she said she left him alone and sent him an olive branch email. I'm not sure what that is, 2.5 weeks later. Okay, so if you're leaving him alone, why are you sending him an email? So this is where you start to cause your own problems. This is where women start to say, oh, well, he's a jerk. He did this. He did. No, he already said to you, he's getting freaked out, and yet you keep pushing. And so she said that after she emailed, he texted me and said he didn't want to hook up anymore. I asked him what he was talking about. We were seeing each other 3 to 4 times a week before that and making plans for the future. I got angry at him, I must admit. So no more contact for a month. And after a while, she found out he had a new girlfriend. So she texted him, what happened to leaving him alone? She texted him to tell him she was happy for him. He's a kind person, deserves happiness, and he blocked me on Facebook. Then I got a text from him 2 weeks later saying there were rumors about him going around our friends and not to talk to him at our friend's wedding. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, I told him I wasn't going to the wedding and I'm sorry he was hurting. I texted him my new number. He texted me back, hello. On Easter, I had a missed call from him. It was late, so I texted him back to say if he wanted to talk. I noticed I accidentally video dialed him. I apologized and said if he wanted to chat, I was here and he told me to leave him the F alone. Well, yeah, sorry, he wasn't being a jerk. He just was not interested and he didn't know how to get you out of his hair. I'm sorry to be so blunt. But here's the thing, once someone has shown you they're not that interested, then you either accept the status quo or you just leave him alone and disappear, and that's it. So when he's backing off saying he doesn't want to hook up anymore, okay, peace out. That's it, end of story. That's where people cause each other problems because they think, oh, well, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to try to get this square peg into a round hole. We're going to make it happen just like in the movies. We're going to have a happy ending. And that's when the trouble starts because it's not supposed to be that difficult. It really isn't. It's supposed to be mutual attraction. Both people feel it. And then it's easy. You're both into each other. You both want to see each other. There's none of this, leave me alone and talking about other girls, etc., etc. It's not supposed to be like that. And so when someone behaves that way, it means they're not that interested. Hey, doesn't mean they may not change their mind in the future, but you can't bank on it. You can't behave in a way thinking, yeah, they're going to change their mind. You need to get on with your life, date other guys, do other things, and if they happen to come around and decide, yeah, you're the one they want, fine. If not, you're not waiting around and you're not calling and texting and la 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 and end up getting messages that say, leave me the F alone. Because that just means they've had it. Okay? So just remember, the next time you're about to think that someone is being a jerk, it could just be that they're not that interested. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below or contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. And remember, until next time, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens. And if it doesn't, then it's not love.